And what's going on, guys? Kale here, coming at you with a day 340 account update over here. So let's start these videos off in our very traditional fashion, and we are going to pop over here. First, look at the achievements, get that 340 mark. So scrolling on down over here, so we've got 340 over here. So where the account kind of is, again, kind of following that typical kind of pattern, blueprint. Looking here, TCP rather is 4.477 mil. The last video was at 4.2, so another increase of about 200k, which is very in line with how the account has been growing recently, especially with the Doom Raid progression, the DD4 progression, and all of that fun stuff. So that's kind of where the TCP is. The roster really hasn't changed too much currently from where it was last time. So when we are looking here, you know, kind of the same thing is still going on. I'm farming Nebula, Yellow Jacket, Multiple Man, Wasp, Yelena Belova, Negasonic, Polaris, and Cable is basically what I'm using my campaign energy on. And then whatever's left over, if I do have any left over, I'm using it to farm the damage catalysts. No, the focus catalysts would seem to be the kind of lowest supply with all of my other accounts. So that's basically kind of where I am doing with my energy. And that's that as far as that. Nothing too exciting, really. The only thing that has kind of developed, I've gotten Nebula to ISO Blue, level 1, working on level 2, as well as level 3. Once I get her to level 3, I will start working on basically the next character, which will probably be Gamora, and I'm trying to do it my arena team first, followed by my Doom raid team. So kind of some other ones that are, I think, slowly kind of getting some ISO 8. I want to say, does Moondragon have some? Moondragon doesn't have any yet. Let's see. Yeah, nothing yet for Moondragon over here. But, so working on them a little bit, and then following that, I'm basically shifting over to my raid team is the next ones I'll be building for the blue ISOs. So with Phylavel over here, we can go ahead and equip one of the prot blue ISOs. But basically my thinking behind doing Nebula first is basically with this level 3 blue ISO. And so if we go over here and we look at the Skirmisher, so the big thing with level 3 is that it applies to vulnerables, and you also get the extra focus, which certainly helps, obviously. But the main reason those two vulnerables are so important is the ISO Blue level 3 Striker is on the bonus attack. They are actually going to do percentage-based damage based off of their max health, but that only happens if they've got 2+ vulnerables. So for a normal team, this might not necessarily be an issue to kind of get 2 vulnerables up, but for the iWatch, with the kind of assist mechanic that's going on with Nebula, you basically need her to be at ISO Blue 3. So anyway, that's the way I'm kind of prioritizing my blue ISOs. So the next one that we kind of typically look at is the verse battles, and this is either characters I'm working on for Dark Dimension 4 or for the Doom Raids. So kind of the top 3 up here are my city candidates for DD4. I am still short 1 city character to get that started. Jubilee is up here. I'm starting to work on her for the legendary section of DD4, and she just needs one more piece of gear. If I'm looking here, I think it's G15s that I'm missing, which is the case. And who else do we got going on up here today? So Hela is for the possible Mystic section. The Axemen are all for the Doom Raid. And Minerva, I honestly don't know why Minerva is here. She might have been my space holder for tech. Thanos is here. He is going to be for Mystic as well. Kitty Pryde, same thing with the Axemen. Sharon Carter is going to be one of my skill characters for the Doom Raid. Black Bolt is for the legendary section of DD4. Ultron is my possible substitute for Doom for the Mystic and Tech sections, depending on where the roster is. And then Shuri is over here as a Tech character, and then also maybe as a legendary for DD4, but hopefully that is not the case. I'm hoping Dr. Octopus, Maw, and Adam will basically be coming back around prior to Mini getting into DD4 legendary, but we'll see. Other things kind of note when we're looking at the supply store, kind of the same strategy, philosophy, whatever you want to call it, that I've been imploring. Basically, I am buying orange gear that is under 100, and then for the catalyst, if it's under 1,000, I'm buying it, and for the uniques, I'm making sure I always have 61 of those for potential new characters. The purple stuff I never buy anymore, the blue stuff I never buy, and never really buy the green stuff either. In the Blitz store, I've just been really lazy, and I haven't felt like opening Blitz orbs. I definitely need to get on that, as I have a big surplus kind of going on up here. But I am buying a War Energy refill on Mini. Raid store, I am farming Yo-Yo and Kitty Pride, and then again, any orange gear that's either under 1,000 or under 100, depending on the type. In the Arena store, I'm currently farming Scream, getting her to 7 stars, and once I get done with her, I'm really not too sure how I'm going to work on next. It's kind of I'll get there when I get there type of thing. War store, farming characters as well as G15s that I do need, and that's basically about it. Still opening those War Orb 2s is my orb of choice. In the ISO 8 store, really nothing too spectacular going on. Basically what I would say is, depending on what characters you are working on first, definitely obviously open the corresponding blue ISO orb. So, if it's a brawler, controller, protector, support, or a blaster, opening obviously the corresponding one. In the Elite store, kind of just holding out. I am still looking for a good gold star buy. Basically, for me, options are Gamora, anyone on iWatch, basically, and, a couple other characters. I did have him Adam Warlock pop in here for 5 red. I figured I would snatch that up since I am planning to have him unlocked next time. And that's pretty much it, I think, as far as our store goes. Let's see, what else do we kind of got going on? Arena-wise, I'm sitting kind of pretty in the under 50 mark, which is great for the rewards. Basically using this version of iWatch for my defense and offense, actually. Actually, I want to say for defense, I've got Nebula in the middle. Yeah, so for defense, I've got Nebula in the middle, a little kind of more spread out, and for offense, this seems to work the best for me. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing on that end. What else do we kind of got going on? Dark Dimension, like I said, I haven't moved. I'm basically stuck just prior to DD4 City. I'm basically short one character, so as soon as that gets accomplished, rather. Sorry, lost my train of thought. So as soon as I get that last city character, I will continue progressing my way through the city section of DD4, and then kind of finish through with the legendary section. Other things, let's see, our Stark Tech. So when we're looking at that here, basically, as I've said in previous videos, definitely try to work on your Stark Tech that hits your Doom Raid lanes first. So for Mini, it goes Mutant, Bio, then I think it is Skill, Tech, and then Mystic. I'm not honestly too sure about the last two. Those could probably be flip-flopped around. But I do know the first 3 sections are Bio, or Mutant, Bio, and then Skill. So, you're looking here, my Mutant section is maxed out. My Bio section is almost maxed out, which let's do that real quick. So that's maxed out. And then the next section we need to work on would be Skill. And we'll slowly start basically maxing this out. And I think that's kind of a really nice, structured way to kind of go about your Stark Tech, and it kind of gives you like some semblance of order. So that's pretty much, I think, really what's going on with Mini. Not too much. I normally would kind of show off a Dark Dimension fight, but I don't have the ability to do that since I am waiting for a character. So I want to say that's kind of about it for Mini this time around. So this was a pretty quick day 340 update, but hopefully y'all still enjoyed it all the same. If you did, please like and subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.